welcome. Today's yoga is going to be lower back focus. So I encourage you just to come onto your mat in a seated position, seat bones on the ground, chest up, and inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. I want you to bring your arms all the way up to the sky, stretching them all the way up. And we're going to turn over towards the right. Try and ensure that your knees are still on the ground, still on the mat. And you're simply just getting that stretch on your left hand side. Then bringing the arms up. And we're going to turn up and over towards the left. Breathing in and out, ensuring that your knees are on the ground, chest up, chin up. And come back to center. Then we're going to bring our left hand over to the right knee and our right arm up and behind, and we're going to just raise up and look back. Breathing in and out, calming the mind. Then bringing the arms up and overhead, and then bringing now the right hand to the left knee and the left arm up and round and turning behind. And bringing the arms up and overhead, and then we're going to bring them down in front of us onto the floor and simply release your head down. Ensuring that your sit bones are still on the mat and that the knees are also down. Then you're going to raise yourself all the way back up. Bring the arms down beside you. I'm just going to turn to the side so that you can see it. We're just going to open up the chest so the hands behind you. And you're just going to bring yourself back and push your chest up all the way up to the sky and bring your head all the way back. And bringing your shoulder blades apart, head back. Coming back to center, to neutral. Reposition yourself, bring the hands back behind you. You're bringing the shoulder blades together, pushing the chest up and the head up and back. Really pushing the chest up and away. Pushing the hands into the mat. And then release. We're going to come now up into our hands and knees. And we're going to come from here into cat and cow. So your hands are about hip width distance apart, your knees as well. And you're going to bring your shoulder blades together, curve your back and bring your head up and back. Then the chin to the chest, curving out the back, bringing the stomach in and shoulder blades apart. Then reverse, bringing the shoulder blades together, head back, curving out the back. And then release, bringing the chin to chest, shoulder blades apart, stomach in and curving the back. Back to neutral spine. You want to just tuck your toes in and up, and we'll come into downward facing dog and just walk your feet out. Pushing your hands up and away from your ears and walking your legs out. Bending your knees as much as you need. to make it feel comfortable. Then you're going to walk yourself to the top of the mat. Now we're going to do a little bit of a flow. So come all the way up and all the way back down. Halfway up and release. All the way back up. Maybe back bend and all the way back down. This time you can walk back to plank and lower yourself down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog and back down to downward facing dog and walk your feet out. And then slowly walk your hands to your feet. Now I'm just going to turn it around so that you can see me properly what I'm going to do. So we're going to go into a flow. So we're going to come all the way up and all the way back down. Halfway up and release. All the way back up and little back bend. And then all the way back down. And you're going to walk yourself back to plank. Come down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. And back down to downward facing dog. Walking your feet out. And walking yourself up to the top of the mat. And all the way back up. And all the way back down. Halfway up. And release. All the way back up. Little back bend. And then all the way back down. Step or hop to plank. Lower to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. And back down to downward facing dog. Then step or jump through to the top of the mat. All the way back up. All the way down. Halfway up. And release. All the way up. Little back bend. And then all the way back down. This time bring your right leg behind. We're going to come all the way up to crescent lunge. Release back down. Release the left leg. Come down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. And back down to downward facing dog. Step or jump through to the top of the mat. All the way up. And all the way back down. Halfway up. And release. All the way up. Little back bend. And then all the way down. This time bring the left leg up and behind. We'll come into crescent lunge. Bringing your hands down. Releasing the right leg. Down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. Back down to downward facing dog. Walk yourself out. Looking for the hands. Bend the knees. And jump through to the top of the mat. All the way up. And all the way down. Halfway up. And release. All the way back up. Little back bend. And then all the way down. This time bring the right leg back up and behind. Straight into crescent lunge. Turn round to warrior two. Back to crescent lunge. And bring yourself down into plank. Down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. And back down to downward facing dog. Then either step or hop through to the top of the mat. All the way up. All the way down. Halfway up. And release. All the way up. Little back bend. And then all the way back down. Bring your left leg this time behind. We'll come into crescent lunge. Open to warrior two. Back to crescent lunge. Bring the arms down. Release the right leg and come down to chaturanga. Up to upward facing dog. And back down to downward facing dog. And just walk your feet out. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. And then let yourself hang down here. This time we're going to try and hold on to the ankles. Bending the legs so that your knees, your thighs are on your chest. When you feel comfortable, you can straighten them out ever so slowly and bring your head to your shins. You're going to bring yourself all the way up, and I'll just turn to face you so you can see what I'm doing, but you still want to be at the top of the mat. You're bringing your arms up and overhead. You're really going to push your elbows in towards your ears, and you're going to come up and turn to the right and pulling up your left side of the body. And back to center, and then pulling up and towards the right. And back to center. This time with your right hand, you're going to hold onto your left wrist and really pull it up and over to the right. Then back to center, and the left wrist onto the right, the left hand onto the right wrist, and bringing it up and over to the left. And then release. We're going to come back into forward fold, and from here bring the right leg up and behind. You're going to slowly come up into pleasant lunge. Lower the knee down onto the mat and really feel yourself deepening into this stretch. You should really feel it on the right side. Just ensure that your knee is in line with the ankle and that your chest is up, stomach tucked in. And when you're ready, you can bring your toes underneath your foot and push yourself all the way up to pleasant lunge and hold it there. Again, ensure that the core is tucked in and that you find your stability. Then release the knee back onto the mat and come deeper into that stretch. Then tuck the toe under the foot and bring it up to pleasant lunge, and we're going to twist over into warrior two. So the left knee is bent, the right leg is straight, arms out on side, each side. Really feel yourself deepening into this stretch, ensuring that the stomach is always tucked in and the hips should be really facing towards the right. So it's almost like your whole body is facing the right, it's just your legs that are turned facing forward. And straighten the right leg, bring the left arm up and over towards the left foot, and the right arm up and over, and we'll come into triangle pose. Again, place your hand wherever is comfortable for you. This could be the shin, but if you can, really try and feel that your hips is coming up and over. When you're ready, you can release the right hand down, and you can turn your hips over so that they're facing forward. And then slowly bring your head down towards your shin. The power is really in the breath, breathing through. Bring now your left hand over in front of your left foot. You're going to bend your left leg, bringing your right arm up and over into this really lovely stretch. Ensuring that the left knee is above the left foot, the ankle. And again, breathing in now. Again, bring whatever you feel comfortable. So if you feel like you need to have your left hand on your knee, then that's totally fine. Just remember always that the breath holds a lot of the power, and the mind, of course. Then you're going to release the right hand. You're going to twist the right foot so that it's forward facing, and bring yourself down onto your elbows. This is a lizard lunge. Very intense stretch, but it's also very good. raising yourself up. And then from here, bring the left foot slightly back into the middle of the mat. Coming up, you're going to go all the way into warrior three. Then release the left hand onto the ground. You're going to twist your hips over to the right and bring the right arm up and above. Into a half moon. Even if you're shaking, that's okay. I am too. It's all about breathing, holding in the core, strengthening up that leg, balancing, stability. When you're ready, you can release the right arm, release the right leg, and just give yourself a little bit of a walk out. Then we're going to go back to the beginning. So bring your hands behind your ankles, bend your knees as much as you need so that your thighs are really on your chest. You're going to slowly straighten out your legs. And if you can also slowly bring your forehead to your shins. And coming all the way up, like I say, I'll turn so that you can see me and I have more space. So you bring your arms all the way up overhead, and then you're going to turn yourself over towards the right. Feeling that stretch along both the left and the right. Back to center, then over to the left. And then back to center. This time with your right hand onto your right hand onto your left wrist and bringing yourself all the way up and over towards your right. Then back to center, left hand onto right wrist, and then you're going to bring yourself up and over to the left. And then release. Coming back to the top of the mat, or you should have still been there. You're going to come back down, forward fold, and then bring the left leg up and back into crescent lunge. Slowly lower your left knee onto the mat, and you're going to deepen this stretch, really feeling it then along here. Core tucked in, chest up, chin up, arms straight and looking forward. When you're ready, you can tuck in the toes underneath the foot and push yourself up into crescent lunge. Again, holding this, really pushing your weight for your right foot into the mat to give yourself the strength to keep yourself stable. And slowly lowering your left knee onto the mat, releasing the foot, and going deeper into this stretch. And bringing the left foot underneath, the left toes underneath the left foot, and bring yourself back up to crescent lunge. We're going to move into warrior two from here. So now your hips should be facing the left. Your arms out straight, and you really feel like I said, your body's facing the left, and your legs are just simply looking forward. Coming deep into this stretch. You're going to straighten the right leg. Bring the right arm down next to the right leg and the left arm up. Just looking upwards, breathing into this. Again, positioning your hand where you feel most comfortable. Importance is that your hips is up and over. that your chest is open, your arm is facing up. Then you're going to release the left arm to the ground. Then turn your hips slightly forward. The left leg, also the left foot, turns ever so slightly. You're going to bring your hips up and over, chest on top of the thigh, and if you can lower your head down to the shin. Then from here, bring the right hand over in front of the right foot, bending the right knee, bringing the left arm up and overhead, and then so that it's in line with your right leg. And then you can look up to the left side. Again, a very intense stretch. Try and keep your hips as low as you can. Breathing in and out. The left foot should still be on the mat, flat, but just do the best that you can here. Then bringing the left hand down, turning the left foot so that you're on your toes, and bringing your elbows down onto the mat, onto the lizard pose. Breathing in and out. Of course, if you can't get as far down as to your elbows, it's okay to be on your hands. Do what feels right for you. Bring yourself up. And you're just going to simply bring your right leg slightly back into the middle of the mat. You're going to push yourself up into three-legged dog. Warrior free, sorry. Cut. And you're going to push yourself up into warrior free. And when you're ready, you can bring your right hand down onto the mat. Turn your body towards the left. Don't worry if you're shaking. And bring the left arm up and over and turn your body to the left side. You normally have one side that's more challenging than the other. For me, this is definitely my more challenging side. Just root the right leg really deep into the mat. Really pushing yourself through, straightening the leg. Bring the left hand in front of you, bring the left leg down, and walk yourself back. From here, we're going to come down onto our stomachs. And simply place your hands next to your chest. Bring your elbows in together. Ankles also touching. You're just simply going to push up your chest, keeping your belly button on the ground for as much as you can. So it really feels like it's coming from your lower back. Just looking up and breathing in and out. And then release. All the way down. You can even put your ear on the mat. And when you're ready, facing forward, you're just simply going to push yourself up. Again, and elbows in together. Belly button still on the floor, and just coming up from the back. And you can even bring your head up. Ensuring that your feet are still on the ground. And then slowly lower yourself back down. This time, bring your palms onto the mat. You're really going to look forward, ensure that your ankles are really together. breathing in, and you're going to just push yourself up into locust pose. So the chest comes off the mat, the legs as well, knees together, ankles together, and using your hands on the mat to push yourself up even more. And then lower yourself down. Breathe in and out. When you're ready, face forward, hands still on the mat. We'll come back into locust pose once more. Raising the chest and the legs up off of the mat. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then release. Bringing yourself up onto your knees. You're going to have your knees hip width distance apart. And you're going to just simply bring your right hand to your right ankle, your left hand to your left ankle, and you're going to bring your hip all the way back and push your hips up and away from you. When you're ready, you can release your left hand and your right hand onto the back of your onto your back, and then come down to seated. And from here, you're going to come back onto your stomach, and we're going to basically combine the two, the locust pose and the camel pose. So it's a bow pose that we're going to go into. So bring your hands behind your feet from the outside, gripping, looking forward, and you're going to pull yourself up and over. Chest up off the ground, knees up off the ground, really pushing and pulling. So push your feet against your hands, pulling with your hands your legs up further, and your chest up and over. And then releasing down. And pushing yourself into child pose. Just breathing in and out. And giving yourself the time you need. And from here, you're going to come up and over and onto your back. And we're going to go straight into bridge pose. So your feet are hip distance width apart. And you're going to feel that you can graze your ankles with your hands. You're going to push your hips up towards the sky. Bring your arms up and under. And lock the fingers. And push the hips up and away. And lower yourself back down into the mat. If you wish, you can come into full wheel. So that's when you bring the hands behind you. Whatever you wish. If you want, you can just stay in the pose that we just did. But if you feel confident, then bring your hands up behind your ears or beside your ears. And then we're going to push all the way up, chest all the way up to the sky and into wheel pose. When you're ready, you can bring your chin to the chest, lower your head down to the grip, and then pause. And then hips also onto the mat and lower the arms down. And then one more time, either the original wheel or a full wheel. So if you're doing full wheel, bring your hands up beside your ears hips up, and push yourself all the way up. Really pushing away your hands from the mat. Even bringing your hands a little bit closer to your feet. And if you're feeling confident, you can also straighten out your legs. Pushing, keeping your hips up, pushing them away. Oh, my mat is a bit sliding. When you're ready, bring your knees back to bend, chin to chest, throwing yourself down onto the mat. And just giving yourself a little bit of a hug. Bringing the knees into the chest. Moving them from side to side. Giving them a little bit of a massage. Then rocking yourself up. From here, we're just going to come onto our knees. We're going to hold onto our ankles. And then you're going to slowly bring your head down to the mat, and you're wanting to get your head in between your knees and lifting up your hips. Just to stretch out the back. And slowly release. This time we're going to come down into pigeon pose, so just simply bring the right leg in front of you, left leg straight. Ensure that your hips are centered, and then you're going to slowly lower yourself down onto your elbows and then on your forehead onto the mat. Just deeply relaxing into this pose. Really feeling that stretch on the right hand side. And when you're ready, you can come up, and we're just going to simply change legs. So bringing the left leg up in front, the right leg straight, coming down onto your elbows, and bringing your forehead onto the mat. And relaxing deeply into the stretch. And coming up, you're going to bring your legs out in front of you, and you're going to come down onto your back. Bringing the left leg up, bending it slightly with your right hand, bring it in up and over to the right. Left arm out straight and looking over to the left. Then bring yourself back to center, releasing the left leg, bringing the right leg up and bend over, using the left hand to bring it up and over, and the right arm out and looking over to the right. coming back into the middle, bringing their legs up, and we're going to come into happy baby pose. So you're simply holding the right hand onto the right foot, the left hand onto the left foot, and just turning from side to side. And bringing the feet together, and bringing them down onto the mat into butterfly pose, and just relaxing into this pose here. If you want, you can also use your arms to push down the legs ever so gently, just to deepen the stretch that little bit more. When you're ready, you can come and straighten your legs into Savasana, hands facing up, and deeply inhale through your nose and exhale through the mouth. Closing your eyes and just giving yourself another little moment for the day. Pause. And then just closing your eyes and deepening yourself into the mat. Breathing in and out. Feeling yourself relax. You can stay in Savasana for as long as you feel that you need it for today. It's a great practice to include mindfulness into your daily routine, to be able to switch off from any worries or stresses that are going on with your day. When you're ready, you can move your hands and your feet, bringing your knees up towards your chest, giving them a little hug, holding yourself back up to seated. Deep inhale and exhale. Thank you very much for joining me in the mat today. I really enjoyed this lower back session. I hope that you did too. And I look forward to our next session. Namaste.